Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. I can't complain. Uh, I just want to explain to you folks why I chose to do gig work. Well, I don't want to make it too long. So basically, the reason why I do gig work right now is because for those of you that might be familiar with my other channel, Andrew's Life, on that channel, I basically travel the country. I go to different towns, different cities, record those cities. And record in those areas, and then I post videos on my channel about those areas. So I do a lot of traveling. I love to travel, and working a regular 9 to 5 wouldn't wouldn't afford me to be able to travel. I'm not talking so much financially. I'm talking just when you work a 9 to 5, you got that, Monday through Friday or sometimes Monday through Saturday work schedule. So the little bit of time that most people get off their jobs wouldn't be enough time for me to travel the way that I desire to travel, which is why I'm doing gig work. And basically, I'm doing YouTube, and I'm also doing gig work, and that's basically how I make my money at this particular moment. Now, before I decided to go into this gig work stuff full time, before then, I was working a 9 to 5, and then I would do gig work on the side. Like I'll do mainly, I did DoorDash on the side. Now I have worked Instacart before. I've done it a handful of times, and I really don't like working Instacart. I rather do DoorDash than Instacart. Now, as far as the money that I make doing gig work, I'm not gonna sit here and hand you guys a bunch of bullshit and tell you, oh yeah, I'm doing DoorDash, I'm making X amount of money. I'm never going back to a 9 to 5. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you folks. Now, if I can make enough money doing what I'm currently doing to where I never gotta return to a 9 to 5, then I'm gonna do that. But I'm not gonna sit here at this point and be like, I'm never going back to a 9 to 5. Now my goal is never go back to a 9 to 5, but things happen. Life happens, and sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in order to survive. So if I have to go back to a 9 to 5, I'm not too big to sit here and admit to you folks that there's a chance that I might have to go back to a 9 to 5 at this point of my YouTube/traveling uh, journey. Do I make a lot of money doing gig work? Hell no. Would I make more money if I worked a 9 to 5 at this point? Yes, I would. And another thing that I would do before I went back to a 9 to 5 is I probably would end up, having some kind of a lawnmowing business. Or maybe on the side I might do junk removal. I would do something like that before I go back to a 9 to 5 in the event that I had to make more money than the money that I would be than the money I make doing YouTube and DoorDash and doing gig work. So, and another thing I want to touch on real quick is who should or shouldn't be doing gig work full time. Now, I would say if you're like me and your overhead is fairly low, and yeah, if you're like me, your overhead is fairly low, then doing gig work full time might work. If you're in a financial position to where You have to maybe pay child support, or you have to pay, you're still paying the mortgage on your home, or you're paying off credit cards, card notes, student loans. If you got a bunch of debt like that, then my suggestion is don't quit your day job to do gig work full time. Keep your day job and maybe do gig work on the side as a supplementary income. That would be my suggestion for those of you that are thinking, you know what, I don't like my job. My boss is a jerk. I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna do DoorDash. I'm gonna do Instacart. I'm gonna do Grubhub or whatever gig you want to get into. My suggestion is to keep your day job and do gig work only as a supplementary source of income if you're the kind of person that has a bunch of debt. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times when you get into gig work, I mean, number one, a few things that you need to take into consideration, which sometimes people tend to forget to take into consideration, is wear and tear on your vehicle. I mean, if you do any type of delivery app, it's going to tear your vehicle up. It's going to put tons of miles on it. You're going to, on top of that, you're going to have to spend more money on repairs, maintenance due to the wear and tear on your vehicle, and then of course gas. I mean, right now where I live in Alabama, gas prices are around 360 ish per gallon. Now, if you live over on the West Coast, they're paying $5 a gallon. Give it, they're paying around $5 a gallon for gas. So that's one thing you're gonna want to take into consideration when doing gig work. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you're gonna also want to take into consideration doing gig work too, which I'm not gonna talk about on this video. I will make a separate video about those things. So yeah, if you're working a day job and you got mortgages and student loans and car notes and crap like that, do not quit your day job in order to do gig work. Don't do it. It will be a bad idea. You will regret it, and that's all I can really say. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit around and lie to you and tell you how wonderful it is to DoorDash. Tell you how much money you can make door dashing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you like that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I'm gonna make another video, and on that video, I'm gonna elaborate a little more on some of the headaches of doing gig work. Headaches that many of you who never done gig work before, that never worked in gig app before, may not realize. So stay tuned for that video. Until next time, y'all have a blessed one.